to the music scene, showing lots of love for the community. With great advice, I know who I should go see. So all around town radio
show.
That's where I go for the latest planned info. So all town radio show for the music that comforts my soul. It's the all around town radio show. The all around town radio. It's the Weekend Review. Top 5 are coming for you. Speaking with the fans, sometimes they don't show well. Whatever, man. We're coming, who's playing out? Off the open jam with the who's who of talent. Come Friday night, ready to race some hell.
All right. Well, we are here. After several remotes over the weekend and some things, hopefully we are bringing you this live. My phone's whistling at me. Yes, I know the audio was out at the beginning. Thank you for that. Goodness, I got producers. All right. What's going on, people? Remember, the views and opinions expressed in this program are those of me today and don't necessarily reflect the views or positions of our sponsors or any entities that they represent. That's all we got to say about that. Welcome to the weekend update from All Around Town Radio. How's everybody doing after recovering from yesterday's St. Patrick's festivities? Y'all doing all right? Make some comments. Let me know who you are, where you are. I will not be able to see you on the book face today as you pop up, so you'll have to say something here in a comment form for me to recognize you're here at all. That's how that's going to work today. So no book of face viewership happening for me right now. Rob Paisley, how are you? Good to see you on the YouTube channel. Jeff Vance checking in on YouTube. Thank you for being here. Robert, how are you? Good afternoon and welcome. Jonathan Groom's in the house. What are you up to, Jonathan? I haven't seen you in a while. Hopefully you're doing well. Had a great St. Patty's. Chris Thompson, got to see him this weekend. We did, and Uncle Rico had a little fun with that one, and we'll talk about it as well. Hi, Kara. Thank you for dropping in. Hi, Wild Bill Video. What's going on? Jerry Nimmersheim in the house. Got to hang out with my friend Jerry yesterday for quite a bit. I had a good time with him. What a great party, man. We had a good time yesterday all day long, and literally it was all day long. I was whooped I'm still whooped today. Still tired. Hi, Steve Stein. Dale Wu is in the house. What's going on, Dale? Thanks for dropping by. Hey, did you see Dale, you commented on it. Did you see that stuff go down with Rise to Rain? Man, that ought to make for a good hot topic someday. I'm telling you. A little crazy. Hi, Bob Klein. How are you? Hi, Sherry. Thanks for dropping in today. Good to see your smiling face on here. Josh Lawson, how are you, man? Bob Stumbaugh is in the house. Good to see you as well. All right, let's get it started today. I've got a lot to talk about. And if you saw something epic over the weekend and you had a great time for St. Patrick's, drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. We would. And, if you want to call in and give me a report today, I'll take that too. Just write into the comments. I want to call, and I'll shoot you the number here, and we'll get you into the studio, at least by audio today. Nothing more than that, but we can do that. Jeff had a nice mild weekend, he said, with Rockstar Crew on Saturday. Dropped in to see Crown Watts. There you go. With a surprise guest, Jamie. Huh? Interesting. Sean Cooper, how are you, my brother? Good to see you on here. Yeah. Dale, was you there yesterday? He said it wasn't pretty. Well, yeah, that's what I hear. All right. There is Edward Sawicki. He is watching on YouTube and I was just going to get into this. Might as well talk about it now. The Book of Face strikes again, people. Another good guy goes down on the Book of Face. Ed got hammered for tagging too many people because he tagged all these people in his professional photos that he takes, and he put them online. And it just goes to show us where this thing is headed with AI and all the robotic things that go on there. They can't tell the difference between whether you're a spammer or you're actually legit. And Ed got whammied off for 180 days. That's half a year, people. Think about that. That's stupid. That is just plain ignorance. And, I don't know what to do about it. I mean, I wish there was a way we could fix it, but it is a monopoly, and man, they hold all the cards. And hopefully Ed's appeal gets taken care of. And hopefully that is done. And Kara, I'm not going to get into what happened with him. You can go to Brian Scott's page and find out a whole rant that he wrote, but it's too much to talk about right now on the show. But yes, that's they were not happy with their gig yesterday. I'll just put it that way. Jerry, yes, so glad it was yesterday and not today with all the article. Yeah, that would have made a big difference, man. It got cool last night at the end, but certainly would have made a huge difference today because it is blustery and nasty out there. And Ed says it's under appeal. And if Ed, I can give you one piece of advice, keep appealing. Took us numerous ones to get attention. So I don't know if you can hit it again or if it'll let you hit it again on the circumstance that they have you under. But that's where we're at with it. And hi, John Norgas. Thank you for being here. Look like you guys had a great show over the weekend. A couple of them. And Kim, thanks for dropping in. Happy Monday from Gamut Wife. It's Gamut Wife in the house. Thanks for being here. So, yeah, well, I want to hit on Ed's thing just one more minute here because it is an absolute pain in the ass to deal with Facebook. And I'll say it. I mean, they can kick me off. I'm to the point where I just don't care anymore. I mean, it is so frustrating to deal with these people, and you never get a human. And then they want to get you for money. So I got the verified check mark on my personal page that is tied to my business page and all those things. And all they want is money for that. And I still never really knew if I talked to a human or not, or just a computer. And we did get ours corrected. We did get back to doing live video, but geez, I mean, the computer just gets, if someone like they did to us 32 or 34 complaints in one day, boom, you're kicked off because you got to be a bad apple. And then Ed is tagging all these people that he got to see over the weekend and took great pictures of, because if you don't know Ed Sawicki, you should. Ed takes some incredible photos. He photographs the event, not only the event, but captures the energy of every event he does. And here they are now hammering him because he tagged too many people within whatever period of time they set their computer at. It's just a bunch of, can I say bullshit here? I'll say it. It really is. And I hate to be that way, but it's stupid. It's plainly stupid. Hi, Dewey. Thanks for being here. Hi, Michelle. Thanks for dropping in. And Ed said he could not even write a reason why I should not be suspended. And now he can't even cut. Yeah. And, it took me getting that blue check mark, Ed, in order to be able to get response. And guess what? The blue check mark comes with money every month. Imagine that. Kara said she saw Brass Tracks Band and a group of college kids from Athens. Then Sunday wreaking havoc. Okay, there we go. Hi, Kevin Tolles. Thanks for dropping in. Yeah, the whole it makes me angry too, Kevin. I mean, we went through it, and it's just, the good guys lose, and you watch online, the bad guys are still there. They're all, preaching hate and everything else. How they stay on, I don't know, but it's just stupid. It's stupid. And what they do to people and their livelihood and everything. And unfortunately, all these people tell you, they'll say, oh, go to YouTube. It's well, you don't have that interaction like you have on the Book of Face. It's a monopoly, people. And it's the biggest bang for your buck if you're in business. And you can ask any business person, they'll tell you the same thing. Unless you become a YouTube influencer or a TikTok influencer, and hell, they're trying to take that away. So who knows what's going to happen there? And I don't know that I disagree with some of that. I mean, it's just, who knows what being captured through TikTok on some of these kids and what they're doing. So who knows? I mean, I believe in freedom of speech and all that and those kind of things. And we don't get political on this show at all. But I will tell you that what Facebook does to people is just plain BS. It is. And yeah, see, and there's a perfect example. Immediately, people go to the conspiracy theory in their head. Josie thought Ed blocked her this morning, then realized his page was gone. Yeah, because why would Ed block her in the first place? He wouldn't. And, you know, it's just everybody starts thinking, what happened? Did I make him mad? Did I, you know, it's crazy. I saw Marianne posted this morning, like, what happened to Ed's page? I can't find it. And she was looking for pictures, obviously. And, you know, it's just one of those things. And Ed says he actually does appreciate they have algorithms that try to prevent spam. Yeah, that's good. And hopefully it will be worked out. Ed, you're a kind person, because I'd be a lot madder about that than you seem to be. But I know when ours was shut down, I started thinking, well, do you just fight it or do you just say screw it and be done? You know, and that's a shame for the community. It really is. What's up, Quentin? Dale, there's a big list of who you got to see, and I'll leave that up there for a minute. Thank you for that. Jason Roy in the house. We were just hitting on your band's issue there, and we're not going to get into it in detail. That'd be a great hot topic day for us to talk about that. But we do get things from that venue. I mean, they send us things to our page and to promote, and so I have to evaluate that as well. And Ed says he's mad and he's upset. I can't imagine. And especially to be booted off just for the fact that you posted pictures and tagged people in them. Guess you were being too fast. You should have done it over a period of like 3 days or something, and it wouldn't have caught you, but it's the way it is. All right, guys, we got to roll on here. I do want to say, though, it is our Monday show. It's our weekend update. I want to thank you for the followers and views and all the shares on Thursday's show. Who's Playing Out got 3.6 thousand views this week, a little down from the week before, but it's okay because we'll take 3,000, 3,500 any day on the viewership there. And it's interesting how the views go up and down. It depends on the weather. And then for the most part, too, it's a list of who's playing out. And a lot of people had their weekend mapped out already with St. Patty's Day. They knew where they were going and those kind of things. So probably not a lot of digging to see who we're going to go see. Don't forget to follow us, guys, on the socials. We are on Insta, and we are obviously on Facebook and YouTube. YouTube is All Around Town Radio, and Facebook and Instagram the same. And then also we're on the X, which used to be Twitter. We're on TikTok. We're on all of them, but we don't do a whole lot there. I'm too busy to try to learn it. Somebody's got to come on and teach that stuff. But that's how that works. So let's talk about real quick. We want to remind you of our weekly program, and then we'll get into who we saw. Obviously, here on Monday every week is our weekend update. Every Tuesday, it's Hot Topic Tuesday with Karis and I, and there's some hot topics bouncing around out there that, it'll depend on whether we can touch those or not as fresh as they are. Sometimes we like to let the fire cool a little before we go talking about something and keep that down to a dull hatred. And then Wednesday with the band comes at you at noon on Wednesdays, guys, and Thursday, Who's Playing Out every week. Best musicians and venues in the tri-state and where they're playing all week. Let's see who else is checking in here. We got all kinds of people. Thank you, Jason Roy. Yeah, it'll be a good topic. It would. And Myron, thanks for being here. And yeah, that's again, Myron, it's talking about Ed's pictures. It's just a computer. It's that there's no I'd love to see the corporate office at Facebook. I mean, I bet that it's like a ghost town, and it's all these computers that are just running everything, robotic. Hi, Zeke. What's going on, buddy? Good to see you. What's Dewey got? He said he got to see the Eagles Project, play to a new audience. Yeah, isn't that cool? I bet they blew people away up there in Michigan. They were at the Machine Shop, I think, and another venue. Dewey, did you see them at both venues? Because what a great weekend for them to go up there and play music out of the state and enjoying some new faces and things. Not that the people that follow them are not great, but, after you've seen it a few times, the wow factor goes down and you're just like, I know I'm going to a good show. But new people always get the wow factor with that one. What's up, Heath Bowling? Thanks for dropping by. Yeah, Mike, we've talked about this, Mike. It's such a pain. It is. And Jason Roy said all 9 minutes. Yes, sir. Yes, sirree. Hi, Jim. What's going on? And just another week in gig hell, Zeke says. That's what's happening. Hi, Tina Reed Ramsey. Hope you're recovering from your day at O'Connor's Irish Pub up there in Springfield. What a great week for you, I'm sure it was. So let's talk about this week in music for us, guys. We'll hit it up here real quick. I don't have a ton to talk about, but I do have some great events that we attended. I want to talk about the Bell and the Bear last Wednesday night, our finale, group of fun people there for our finale for the season, doing Name That Tune. That was our music on Wednesday night. Unfortunately, there was a fatal accident on 75, which killed about half our crowd. Literally, that is a horrible way of saying that. I'm sorry. There was a fatal accident on 75, which half of our crowd couldn't get to us, and they couldn't make it. Man, I can't believe I just said that. But it's okay because they got stuck in this traffic that was backed up for miles and miles and miles. The highway was shut down and those kind of things. I got lucky and got around it, but enjoyed some great company there at the Bell and the Bear. We had 3 great rounds. Green Beer, which were songs that either had green in the title or talked about beer drinking. And then epic intros, songs with great intros, and then jumped by 3 years from 83 on up. So we jumped at like 83, 86 and on down the line, and played some songs from that. And then our final round, we had time to punch in a 4th round. So we played a round of question answer, glam metal, 80s stuff. It was a good time. And the crowd really had a great time. We had a great time with them at the Bell and the Bear. And let's see what I'm getting beeped at here. Okay, let's be quiet. There we go. Hi, Carrie. Thanks for being with us. Nice says hello, room. Carrie, you keep me guessing. Tina says she's exhausted. And Ed says when you have 3 billion users, the only way to run a platform is with computers. Yeah, it is. And it's interesting. I just wish there was a way they've got to be technologically advanced enough to try to tweak that down to where it doesn't slam a guy like you, Ed. I mean, I get spammers, if they're liking 1,000 pages in a minute, that's what they got to get rid of. I get that. And what else we got here? Hi, George. Thank you for checking in. I did survive the weekend. It was a great weekend. It was a lot of fun. And yes, Jim, I saw that. I wasn't going to say that, but since you said it in the comments, I'll put it up there. And very sad to hear that. And that band at Fretboard, Carrie got to see him. All right, very good. So I want to talk about, though, our weekend of music. No music Thursday and Friday for me. Cough due to cold. If you saw the show on Thursday, I was hacking and cough. I just stayed home. Saturday night, went to the Schuster Center in Dayton. We have tickets to the Broadway series there. You'll say, man, this guy likes rock and stuff like that, but he likes to go to the theater. I do. I love the theater. Saw the spectacular Hadestown, a haunting story of mythical love in the underworld. Was really good. On paper, this show shouldn't probably work. I mean, it's mythologically based. It's, the story of Orpheus and all those people, if you're familiar with mythology, and it's set in a steam locomotive type era in New Orleans, and a melting pot basically of, a bunch of jazz music and this New Orleans look. And underground, of course, Hadestown underground. And the packed crowd just cheered everybody on. It was amazing. It actually started out for me just a little bit light for a minute. And then all of a sudden it grabbed you and you were in. And it was so much fun. And the music, the band was on the stage with the actors. And they had an opportunity to play there. Beside the actors, there was a trombone player. She was amazing. In this jazz band, and did several solos and things throughout the show. The vocals were, as they always are at the Schuster at any of these Broadway series shows, spectacular. Just wonderful theatrics and really a great time. And the only funny thing I saw that night was the 3 people in front of us had little kid with him, or younger kid, maybe 9 or 10. He slept through the whole thing. So they could have saved their ticket price on him. But a lot of fun, a lot of good stuff there at the Schuster. If you've never been to a show at the Schuster, the acoustics are fantastic. The sound is wonderful. we had a really good time with it, and we did our usual. Went down on Brown Street and had dinner at the Hickory Barbecue before, and then headed over to the Schuster Center for an 8 o'clock show that night, and had a great time. And if you haven't looked up Hadestown, look it up. And I'd suggest if you go have a theater near you, go see it. Go see it. Yeah, Michelle, there wasn't anybody from our old group there. Nobody. I saw zilch zero. When I talk about it, I'll tell you that. But yep, that's too bad. Lots and lots of people don't do that anymore, apparently. All right, so I won't dwell on Hadestown. All I can say is the four main characters blew me away. They were fantastic, and then they did a great job. The backup cast, the dancers, the singers, everybody, just a wonderful, wonderful event. And then let's move on from Saturday to what we want to talk about today. Let's go to talking about St. Paddy's Day, an extra day in the books this year on a weekend for everybody. You have your Sunday fun days and things like that go on, but this was an epic Sunday. I wish the weather would have been 10 degrees warmer, at least in the morning and the night. The daytime was pretty good, but we did a lot of events that were outside too and inside and those kind of things. Let me pop up Carrie's comment here, who you got to see. All right. So first and foremost, started the morning out at 9 a.m. on Sunday, went to Dublin Pub in Dayton. Now, my old stomping grounds were Flanagan's for years and years. We were 20-some plus years at Flanagan's every St. Paddy's Day. Pat Flanagan passed away several years ago, and it's never been the same for me since there. It's kind of tough to even go there. And if this thing doesn't quit chirping at me, I'm going to scream. So let me turn that back on. Dublin Pub, though, puts on an incredible St. Paddy's Day celebration, one of the biggest and best in the nation, actually listed in, I think, the top 10 in the nation. It was, and Tina said that wind was cold. It was a little colder. I wish Saturday's weather would have been there for Sunday, because Saturday's weather was really nice, and Sunday it just got windy. But I want to talk about Dublin Pub. Got their traditional Irish music in the morning going on, and Steve Tieber puts on a wonderful event there. He's the owner of Dublin Pub, and if you don't know Steve, you should get to know him. Wonderful human, and does a lot for the community as well. And we got there about 9 o'clock to hear some great Irish music playing, and then some wonderful, so to speak, Irish dancers, just a lot. The Miami Valley Pipes and Drums were there, the bagpipers and the drums. Really a great time. And we stayed and we talked to a lot of people we knew and enjoyed that. Hi, Todd. Hi, Mike. Thanks for being here. Hi, Hollywood. I'll throw your comment in there. And so Dublin Pub did their usual. It was great. And I heard Steve telling somebody they're going through, in the 2 days, Friday and Saturday, over 2,000 bottles of Jameson. Now let's do the math on that, people. All right, 24 shots basically to a bottle. 2,000 bottles. That's 24,000 shots, people. Think about that. No, it's more than that. I'm sorry. My math was off. Yeah, so, think about that many shots of Jameson. How crazy is that? And that's just Jameson, not to mention all the beer, the Guinness, the stuff they're serving. So it's a big day for the Dublin Pub, and it was a big crowd. A crowd was a little lighter than what I've seen it at 8 o'clock in the morning, but by 10 it was packed. And then by noon, the college kids woke up. And I'm not dogging on college kids. Yeah, I am. I'm going to dog on college kids because some of them should not drink. They shouldn't. And, there were some walking zombies by noon in the place, and it started to get a little stupid for me. And that's usually when I exit. I'm old. I'm like, get off my lawn type guy, one of those guys. And it's just that thing. I don't like being surrounded when it gets that chaotic by people like that, but there's too much that can happen. Now, Dublin Pub has great security. I mean, they keep things in check and all that. And I didn't see a problem at all. But, just up the street the night before, there was people shooting guns and doing stupid crap at UD. And just that kind of thing just doesn't thrill me. Hello, Heather. We're going to talk about your place here in just a minute. And Michelle said pipes and drums are her favorite. I love the pipes and drums so much. Hi, Stephanie. Hello, Shannon. Thanks for dropping in. Seven West in the house from Denim Deluxe. Thanks for joining us, Seven. So that's where we started. And then we motored on down to Springboro because Springboro had the first annual Springboro St. Patty's Day pub crawl. And I learned today, just today, actually, who spearheaded this. And it was kind of the guys from the Eagles, not the Eagles band, but the Fraternal Order of Eagles in Springboro that kind of spearheaded this idea. Well, what an idea it was. And there were, let's see, who was participating in this? Crooked Handle, Mr. Burroughs, Heathers, the Springboro Eagles, the Barrel, and Warp Wing. So you could bounce. There was transportation. Huey Stockler running the transportation department there and getting people to either venue or what venue you wanted to go to, or you could just drive yourself to each one and have a good day and not partake in too many spirits if you were driving. But what an incredibly good idea it was. Now, our first stop was Mr. Burroughs Tavern on this tour. And we hit that, and it was insane. I mean, I got to say, it was insanely crowded. Wonderful crowd, both outside on the patio and inside the venue. Uncle Rico was playing. And if you've never heard Uncle Rico, guys, this is a must-hear band. This is a party band. If you want to have a good time and a high energy night in your bar, hire Uncle Rico because they are just that. They don't play a lot, so they get a great following anytime they play. They don't oversaturate it, I should say. But Uncle Rico just smashed it at Mr. Burroughs Tavern, and the staff at Mr. Burroughs was humping. They were running like crazy. I mean, I got there at 1 o'clock. They were already looking like they had been beat, So, but with a smile. They did. They smiled the whole time and served everybody. And it was a wonderful environment to be in. Everybody celebrating St. Patty's, everybody dressed to the nines in the green and the stuff. And, Jim Bodish and company from Uncle Rico slaying it, just slaying it. And Chris, if you're out there, man, hats off to your band. You guys, Jay, everybody, Bob, everybody in that band. What an incredible party you put on. John Hay, I got to give him a shout out as well. You guys just killed it. And there's Marcy from Mr. Burroughs. She's dropping by. Hi, Marcy. Thanks for being here. Uncle Rico, they did, and they absolutely did. And that's what you want for that kind of celebration. It keeps people having a good time, keeps them focused on the fun. Nobody's getting bored. Nobody's doing anything dumb. Everybody's just having fun. And that's what it was all about. And I watched the van pickups out front from Huey. My God, those guys were working. They were packing people and heading them down to the next venue and the next venue. And unfortunately, I only made 3 of the 6 venues. And I felt bad about that because I love to go to Crooked Handle. I was planning on Crooked Handle a little earlier and didn't make it there because of Dublin Pub and such. So I missed the Crooked Handle portion of this. They had a DJ in the evening and all kinds of things going on at Crooked. But I did get a chance to stop in Burroughs. And again, hats off to the staff there who was they were slammed. And the people were very nice about it. They knew it was going to take a while to get a drink and all those things because there's just so many massive amount of people there. So a wonderful thing. And Chris, you're welcome, man. I love your band, man. You guys are so much fun. And the music you play is... It is crowd interactive music. It is. The dance floor was happening, even though it was hard to dance because of the people that were there. The dance floor was happening. It was good. Yeah, Tina, find Uncle Rico. Uncle Rico Dayton is what they are on the Book of Face. So find them because they're a killer band, man. I don't think you'll ever get them for St. Patty's though, because I think Marcy's going to lock them in Marcy, if you're out there, I think we talked about this on the Saturday or Sunday for a minute. There is nobody better for that than what you had. And those guys put on a great show, Uncle Rico. And then we motivated on down because I wanted to get to see the band at Heathers, which was Daved, D-A-V-E-D, Daved and Confused. And got a chance to hear them play. Little less party music, a little more taking you back in time to the classic rock and all that. And people there were really appreciating this band. They were loving them. And they smashed it too. And Heathers had a huge crowd. when we got there. And and Heather's being out under the tent the entire time. She was under the gun for the weather, so thank God it wasn't today. At least it was tolerable on Sunday. And everybody was piled into that tent and having fun and dancing and enjoying the music from Daved and Confused. And those guys were having a good time. And, even though I think some of them had a little cold fingers on the old guitars, they were still playing it and doing their job. And then again, Heather's staff killing it. The people she had there, a lot of return staff members. So, she had the people that we know and love on our Wednesday nights there. Were just busting their butts too. So really, really good stuff at Heather's. And Heather said, and Marcy said, absolutely rebooked already. Yeah, I figured you'd have them booked for next year's St. Patty's already. And what day is that going to be on next year? Do we know yet? I didn't look it up yet. Somebody tell me. Look it up, my producers out there. And yeah, the weather was perfect other than the wind. That wind got a little vicious more in the afternoon later, I think, than it did early. And Chris says, can't wait. Had an absolute blast. And Heather, your staff slated as well. I mean, you and Marcy both ought to be very proud of your staffs for enduring a day like that and working as hard as they did. And coming off, too, at least Marcy's staff coming off a big weekend on top of that. So it's a Monday next year. Okay. Thank you for that. Thanks, Steve Green. How are you, buddy? That'll be interesting to see on the pub crawl thing, how that works. If it's as big as it was being a weekend day, because typically the weekend days tend to bring out more of the youngsters I see. And really in the Springboro one, it wasn't. The average age was not, it wasn't college age people at all, like you get when you go down to downtown. Now, when you go to Dublin Pub and places like that, when it's on the weekend, it tends to be more college students. And that's okay. I mean, they have to party too and have fun. But a great time at Heather's. Sat there on the patio, had a couple drinks, enjoyed that. And Mrs. Hall around town decided to bail out on me at that point. She had enough for the day. So she took off, left me there, just said, here, you're staying. No, she knew where I was going. And we took a little trip up. Mr. Jerry Nimmersheim and I took a little trip up to the Eagles up there in Springboro to see the Naked Karate Girls play for the evening. And what a nice place the Eagles is. I did get invited in to see the inside. They weren't letting non-members in, but I got a chance to see the inside and how it looked. And thank you for that. And Heather says might be a whole weekend. Yeah, exactly. Could be a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. That could be a big one for next year. Tina, you ready for that one up there in Springfield? A 4-day St. Patty's? Whew, I bet you're tired. I bet you're all tired. All of you. You made me tired just watching you guys work on Sunday. And I had a nice day off. I mean, I didn't have to work that day. And typically I'll MC something or do something on St. Patty's. And this year, I didn't have a gig, which is good for me. Sometimes I enjoy going out and having fun on that day too. Tina says not sure. Absolutely. But I want to talk about the Eagles up there. They had a big tent outside. The only hiccup in the entire thing, and they know it, and they'll change it next year. I mean, this is like uncharted waters for everybody. And the Eagles had 4 porta-johns outside, and it was not nearly enough. By the end of the day, the porta-johns needed some serious attention, if you know what I'm saying. They can only take so much crap, literally. And it was ugly. But and you can pass on Heather, pass on to Katie and Dylan. Thanks. Dylan took me over to their house and we used the facilities there, which was great, not having to wait in the huge line for that. And those kind of things. So they're good peeps as well. And Heather says they're at the winery and spa for the next 2 days. Is that you there with all the girls? I hope your girls from work. I hope so. Hi, Miss Jackie. I bet your whole body hurts. My whole body hurts. And Lori says her body hurt too. Yeah, ibuprofen was breakfast today. Well, it was mine too. Oh, there's Katie. She says I can pee at her house anytime. Thank you. Yeah, I was sober enough to keep it in the toilet compared to some of the other places I was in. Whew. He was ugly early in the morning. People, but yeah, the Porta Johns. Yeah, you know how Porta Johns are. Absolutely. Plus Marcy. Okay, there you go. Well, you guys have fun with that. You need a break. You deserve a break today, as McDonald's used to say. And thank you, Katie. I appreciate that very much. So, yeah, guys, this Springboro pub crawl, great things. Now, the Porta Johns, like I said, that was a hiccup, and they know it, and they'll fix it next year. You always have growing pains with these type of events, and they needed more shuttle transportation, and those kind of things have to happen. And if you're going to call it that and do that, so see how it plays out. They'll have an after action meeting, I'm sure, and they'll figure it all out and determine what the course of action for next year is. But it's a brilliant idea to do this in the town of Springboro and create that for the folks who frequent those venues. Now, Naked Karate Girls, they're a party band like none other. There's several versions of the Naked Karate Girls, and I don't know what version was at the Eagles that day, but there was some of the familiar faces. They had a sound issue. They did their big grand music announcement. They charged in with their flags. They did all their stuff, and none of the vocal mics would work. Nothing. But here's a prepared sound engineer. They screwed with it for about 15 minutes and said, this is not going to happen. They go out to the trailer or the truck or whatever they've got and bring an entirely new board in, flash the drive into it to get all the digital settings for Naked Karate Girls, and they are up and running after about a 45-minute delay getting started. So, and then the party started. And if you've never been to a Naked Karate Girl show, you've missed out too, because these guys know how to get the crowd engaged. And after everyone had partook in adult beverages all day long and enjoyed their, I guess, festivities, we'll put it at that, they were ready. And it was a great party out there under the tent at the Eagles. And those guys that run the Eagles or the board members, whoever were putting this on, super nice guys and very accommodating and really proud of what they had done, I think. And they should be, because it was wonderful. And what do we got? Naked Karate Girls had 7 shows in 36 hours, splitting into 2 bands all around the tri-state. Wow, that's crazy. Well, the show at the Eagles in Springboro was excellent. They killed it as always. And as Lori says, love NKG, all versions. And I've seen various and variety of members there who play and do that. But one of the best bands you can ever hire if you want to just have a big festival type party. They're just that kind of band. And I've never heard anybody book them yet that has not said, wow, we'll have them back again. They love them. They do. What's Heather got to say? Then they destroyed it. Yes. I missed that part. I think I was home already when Jason was the star of the show there, but good stuff. Good stuff. I saw some pictures of him up there with the big foam fist and doing his thing. And thanks for that, Tim. I appreciate that comment. And Lori, thank you for that. So that was our weekend, guys. And I will admit, I woke up this morning feeling a little bit under the Jameson. I did. I started with a wonderful drink, by the way. If you ever want to make one, I'm rambling today, but I'm just going to keep rambling till 40 minutes are up and I'm out. I'm going to tell you, if you take a shot of Jameson or Tullamore and you take a shot of Frangelico and you take a shot of Bailey's and you mix it together on a little ice in the morning, it's a wonderful breakfast drink and a way to start your St. Patty's Day out. And then just go straight into the JMO all day long, which I did. And thank you to the Dublin pub staff for trying to get me totally wasted. They poured... They were people I knew. They took care of me. I'll just say that. We had a great time there. And then continued that at Mr. Burroughs and Heather's, and then on into the Eagles as well. So a wonderful time. I am sorry for those that I missed, that I didn't get to, like Crooked Handle, The Barrel, or Warp Wing. Just didn't make it there. And next year, maybe. We'll see. And Heather said it was awesome. Hi, Bill. Thanks for those comments of who you got to see, guys. And if you're watching after we're live, drop your comments in of who you got to see and give them a shout out. Give the venue a shout out, because keep in mind, the venues are just as important as the musicians that we talk about here. because without those venues, there would be nowhere for live local music to be. So I know I learned a couple things this weekend. I'm going to have to join the Eagles, and not the Eagles band, but the Eagles in Springboro, because they just look like they have a great time. And I didn't have bottle flu. I just felt like, and I'm going to tell him myself. Okay. I'm going to tell him myself on this last little story. We're out. As I was leaving Dublin Pub, we were parked in the parking lot across the street from Dublin Pub. And I had these brand new fancy little shamrocked Hey Dude shoes on. And if anybody wears Hey Dudes, they know they provide zero support to you. I stepped in a hole. Mrs. all around town said it was this deep. I said it was this deep. But I stepped in a hole in the parking lot and I fell flat on my side. I did. I busted my body and it hurts today. It hurts bad. My shoulder hurts. My elbow hurts. My hip hurts. I didn't feel it yesterday, but boy, I feel it today. So I just told him myself. And I wasn't even intoxicated at that point. But I did not drink and drive ever. I don't do that ever. So there you have it. And Rick said he had big fun at the woodshed on Saturday, headed to Butler County Bluegrass Association Friday. Thank you, Rick. And Lori said, shameless plug. Sauerkraut egg rolls from the Faded food truck were amazeballs. There we go. We love the Faded food truck. And I never got to the Bell this weekend either. And I really meant to go there, but just so many hours in the day and so much Jameson, and you can't go too far sometimes. And John says, crying out loud, got to do Mr. Burroughs' 7th anniversary Saturday night. Yeah, we were at the Schuster for that one, but John, I heard that was an incredibly good show. Ed Sawicki, thank you. And I hope you get your page back sooner than later. And Heather fell off a chair trying to take the sidewalls down. Yeah, I didn't really feel it yesterday, Heather, but I feel it today. I am. And thank you, Jim, for saying I look marvelous in my jersey, my Guinness jersey. That's my prized possession there for St. Patty's Day. And my companions, my little leprechaun companion there in that one photo that's on our page. She's funny. We have a good time. So thank you all. Appreciate you being here. And thank you to Springboro Pub Crawl. Thank you to the Dublin Pub. Thank you to Uncle Rico, Daved and Confused, the Naked Karate Girls, and all the Irish bands that are too many to name, plus the Miami Valley Pipes and Drums, for giving me a great Sunday. I always enjoy the music. I do. And it was so much fun. We'll be back tomorrow with Hot Topic Tuesday. Karis and I, if you have a hot topic you'd like featured on the show, send it to us. Slide into our DMs. We'd be glad to have you there. Thanks, ladies from Burroughs and from Heathers, for being here with us as well today. I hope you enjoy your wine weekend or week off wine or whatever the hell you're doing. Just enjoy it. And Tom said, timestamp, love playing the Bell and the Bear. Thank you for that. And Jerry said to Heather, just drink more wine while you're gone. Jerry, are you a bachelor for the next 2 days? Okay. Look out, people. I know where he is today. He's on the couch like I am. I know. For real. Rachel, thank you. I feel fine. I'm fine. I've just, I've had this cold for about 3 weeks, but that's just Ohio. And really after falling, I'm just sore. I didn't break anything. And for an old man, that's pretty good. I could have killed my whole St. Patty's Day right there in the parking lot at the Dublin Pub. I know the car that was waiting for our parking place laughed their ass off at me because I was laying there, looked like a turtle on his back, couldn't get up. It was terrible. See you tomorrow at 5:00, everybody. Until then, take a night off tonight and then start supporting local music again this week, please. Thanks. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Working for the weekend, and I want to see a show. I flip on the book of face. Yeah, I know where to go. There's a man over there into the music scene, showing lots of love for the community with great